It's Augusta. Welcome to Caballala. Today we're going to practice a sequence that is focused in teaching us how to improve our balance. So it's going to be all standing poses and all targeting the balance. You are only going to need, if you have a block, you can also use a book. And it will be recommended, I think it's a good idea to have a wall by you if you have still your balance is not 100% conquer and you are practicing that. So the wall is always something really nice to have to help you. So go get your book or your block and let's meet here. So the first thing that I wanted to practice with you is just coming into your block and experience a little bit how balance feels on the body. So place the block on the ground or a book and just step with your left foot on the block and then lift your right leg and see if you can place your right foot along the same level of your left. So we're trying to keep the hips even, and you can use your arms as just for balance or place them on your hips, but the idea is just to observe without doing anything, just be a witness what the left foot is doing to keep you up. So we're observing, we are not using any of our thinking or mind controlling to tell the foot what to do. He's just keeping us there. This is also a nice hip exercise. But you will notice that your foot is kind of moving up and down, left, right, forward and back. And if you're moving your hands even more, and that is just interesting to notice how your foot is just keeping you up there without you even consciously saying, okay, let's move to the left, let's move to the right. Stay here just one more breath. Inhaling through nose and out through mouth. And we're going to switch. So we take the right foot down and we step with the other foot. So now the right one on the block. And when you're ready, lift the left one. And again, we see if we can bring the left foot about the same distance from the ground as the right foot. We are lifting into the sides of the waist and the chest, keeping the hips even. And again, notice what is the foot doing. It's moving, it's steady. You'll see it's moving because it's trying to keep you up there. So that's the fascinating thing, how our body works with us without even us trying or telling the body what to do. It's really cool. So this is what I call teamwork. Our body is working with us. It's part of us and it's helping us to stay up. And just a couple more breaths. And meantime, we're practicing our balance and straightening our hips. And then release. So now we know we can trust our body because it can keep us up. And we don't have to be telling our foot what to do. Next, we're going to practice the tree pose. So remember, if you need a wall, always you can place a hand on the wall. If you're using the wall, see that you are parallel to the wall with the hand higher than your head, because that's easier for balance when we let go of the wall and see if we can do this. And always having the wall in the same side of where our standing pose is going to be supported. So it will be my left leg first, so I'm going to have the wall in my left side when I lift my right. And then when I switch, my hand goes up and my foundation is my right leg, so the wall is on my right. So let's start. If you need a wall, go to the wall. If not, bring your feet hip distance apart, parallel. We're going to place the weight of the body on the left leg and then slowly inhale and lift your right foot up. So we're bringing the right heel into the left inner groin, the highest possible that we can. And a couple of things here, we have to make sure that our left hip is in and our right heel is pressing into the left inner groin. So the hips are hugging, the right knee is diagonal going towards the front and right, and the arms can come to the sides of the body. We can turn the palms up from the shoulders and bring the arms overhead. We keep the foundation leg, which is the left leg, engaged. The quads are working. We're pressing into the left inner groin with the right heel, and bringing the left hip in. Hug those hips. And you can do the complete 3 if you want, bringing the palms together and look up, or just have your arms parallel to each other with the palms facing each other. Make sure that your shoulders are going down, bending into the sides of the waist. Just one more breath. And if you fail, you always come back up, and always keeping the gaze forward, don't look down. Lower the foot, and let's do the other side. Feet parallel, the weight of the body on the right leg, and inhale, bring the left heel up and place it into the inner groin the highest possible. If you cannot go too high, make sure that you're not pressing into the side of your knee. And then again, we engage the quads on the right leg. We're pressing into the right inner groin with the left heel, extending to the sides of the waist, bringing the arms to the sides, turning palms up and arms overhead, reaching the fingertips towards the ceiling, taking the top of the shoulders down. And lengthening through the sides of the waist. Keep reaching with the fingers, shoulders down. Move the shoulders away from the ears, the arms away from the ears. And we try to see if we can bring the biceps by the sides of the ears also. So the arms go back a little bit. Keep reaching. One more breath. And slowly lower your foot down. Coming into Tadasana. Good. So we see they are the same principle. We were up in one foot and we were okay. So the next pose is hand to toe pose. So remember, if you need the wall, walk towards the wall. And we're going to lift the right leg first, so door number 1. We can just bring the right leg up. Use this arm, the left arm, for balance if you need. And you're going to stay here and breathe a couple times. See how that feels. Or reach with your index and your middle finger towards your big toe. And stay there, see how that feels. So remember to engage the left quads and spread into the collarbones. And when we're ready, we're going to try and extend the right leg towards the side. And we stay there, bringing the left hip in, couple more breaths. Lift the chest, extend the right leg. And bend in the right leg and lower your foot down. So the weight of the body on the right leg, bend in the left. So again, we can try stay here and maybe just practice this part of the pose. Breathe a couple times. Or we can go for the toe. You can use the right hand always to help you for balance, or keep it on your hip. And then when you're ready, lifting the chest, spreading through the collarbones, engaging the right quads, and extend the left leg towards the side. And stay there, couple breaths, keep stretching the left leg, stretch, stretch, and bending. The next pose is the eagle pose. So again, in all these poses, we always start with the feet parallel, hip distance apart. So we're going to place the weight of the body on the left leg. We're going to bend the left leg and take the right leg all around and placing the toes, so the top of the toes are pressing into the calf. And extending through the sides of the waist, taking the arms to the sides of the body, and then you're going to bring the right arm under the left one and do a nice knot. And then lifting the elbows and bending the left leg. And that is the eagle pose. We're doing this side first. Couple breaths. Lift the elbows. Keep the gaze towards the front. Squeeze the legs and the arms together. And slowly release. Now we're going to go the other side. So we start again, feet parallel. Weight of the body on the right leg. Start bending the right leg, taking the arms to the sides of the body, maybe extending those arms so they help us to help our balance, and then bending the right leg, taking the left around. Again, we're touching with the top of the toes to the back of our calf muscle, and then we're going to bring the left arm under the right one and do a nice knot in front of us. Eagle pose. Lifting the elbows, squeezing the arms and the legs, keeping that balance. Don't look down. Squeeze a lot. Couple more breaths. Inhale in through the nose and out through the mouth. Last breath, squeeze a lot and slowly release. Tadasana. The next pose is Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So we come to this pose through the triangle pose. So we're going to step feet wide apart. Bring the hands first on your hips so you can see what your feet are doing. So see that your feet are parallel to each other, so the heels are aligned. I'm going to turn the left toes in, right leg comes all the way out, and then we extend the arms. Inhale, extend to the sides of the waist. Exhale, stretch along the right leg and come into triangle pose. So we are here. Now we are going to come into the half moon pose. So how we do this? We're going to bend the right leg and bring the hand a little forward by where the pinky toe is. And then we're going to bring the left foot a little closer, get the hand a little farther, and then slowly jump, extending the right leg at the same time we're lifting the right foot. And we are here, we are in the Chandrasana, Ardha Chandrasana. So then once we're here, we start working in our alignment, feeling that our left leg is up, we're opening through the collarbones, taking the left arm towards the ceiling, shoulders away from the ears, extending the right leg. So once we're up, we can adjust a little bit. And then we're going to bend the right leg and drop the left foot, coming back into the triangle pose first, and then come up. Now we're going to go the other side. So left toes in, right leg all the way out, extending to the sides of the waist, reaching with the arms away from the body. We're going to inhale, exhale, extending along the left leg and bringing the left hand towards the ground, or you can always use a block if you need, and extending the arm up. Then we're bending the left leg, bringing the hand a little forward, aligned with the pinky toe, bringing the right foot a little in, and then slowly we're going to stretch the left leg. At the same time we're lifting the right leg up. Half moon pose. And then adjusting our alignments once we are up. Maybe taking the right arm more 90 degrees, lifting the right foot, extending the right leg, engaging the left quads, and becoming stronger by the second. And one more breath. Be strong, and bending the leg, coming back into triangle first, and coming back up. Tadasana. Just breathing for a moment. Inhaling in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now bringing your arms up, we're going to come into the chair pose. So toes together, heels touching, legs are together. Mermaid legs, I call this that way. We're going to inhale, look up, exhale, bend the legs. We're sitting in the imaginary chair. We're nice imaginary chair. We bring the top of the buttocks down, lifting the arms, and sitting a little more. Lifting the arms more, spreading through the collarbones, lifting the arms, and come up. Going to do one more time, bending into the spine and the arms. Inhale, exhale, sitting in the imaginary chair. Sitting, 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 and keep the weight towards the heels, but keeping the toes on the ground. Lift the arms more, lift the chest, take the top of the buttocks down, and come up, back into Tadasana. Now we're going to practice a little flow. So we're going to come into our knees to come into downward facing dog. So coming into all fours first, bringing the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to curl the toes under, press with the hands, inhale, lift the sit bones up, down dog. Just take a moment in down dog, pressing through the hands, lengthening through the spine, reaching the weight of the body towards the heels, engaging the quads, abdomen in, and see that your shoulders go away from the ear. We're going to open through the collarbones. And then we're going to lift the right leg up and bring the right foot between the hands. And from here, keeping the back heel up, we're going to rise up Anjaneyasana. And then we're going to take the right arm towards the left, a little twist. One breath here. And then lower the left heel, and we're coming into Warrior Two. And just a couple breaths here. Then bringing the hands towards the ground, again framing the right foot to come back into down dog. Once again, pushing through the hands, lengthening through the spine, bringing the weight of the body towards the heels, push, 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 opening the chest. Then lift the left leg up, bring the left foot between the hands. Nice wide stand right there. Keeping the right heel up. Inhale and rise up. Anjaneyasana. One breath here. And then turning towards the right. And we're going to drop the right heels down, coming into Warrior Two. 2 breaths here. Keep pressing down to the right heel, taking the left knee towards the left pinky toes. Last breath. And then we're bringing the hands back down, framing the left foot, and bringing the feet together back into downward facing dog. Pushing the weight again behind you, and then bring the knees down. Let's take a quick child's pose, just for a moment, and then we're going to come back up in all fours, and coming back up, crawling toes under into downward facing dog, and then again lifting the right leg up. Bring the right foot between the hands, and instead of coming back up, we're going to drop the left leg, left knee down, and we're going to come up and taking the left hand behind, trying to find your heel, lift your right arm up, half camel. Lot of balance here too. And again, bringing the hands, framing the right foot, coming back into down dog. One breath, inhale and exhale. Lifting the left leg, bringing the left foot between the hands once again, and then dropping the right knee, placing the top of the foot on the mat, and rise up. Then when you have your balance, see if you can bring your right hand towards your right hip and lift the left arm up. See that your left knee is not coming towards the right. Feel that nice stretch in the left side of your torso. And come back to downward facing dog. From those under, and bringing the left foot to meet the right one. Down dog. And then bringing the knees towards the ground, toes together, knees wide apart, child's pose. Cool down for a little bit. Pushing the ground away with the hands. And in this pose, we're still active. We're pressing down with the palms and the fingers and pushing the weight of the body towards the buttocks so we can sit. We're trying to sit on our heels so the arms are engaged. Continue cooling down. And then we're going to come into seated position. Extending the legs forward. In Chandrasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Just maybe grabbing your feet. Extending the legs. Maybe taking the elbows towards the sides to come down a little more. A little more. Keep going. Engage the quads. And then slowly release. And we are finding our way towards our back. So we come on our back. Bending the legs, using the arms. Bringing the knees towards the chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Rocking side to side. And then grabbing your big toes for a happy baby. Keep the tailbone down. The sacrum stays on the mat. Shoulders descend. And we're trying to take those knees towards the ground. Continue cooling down. We can rock a little bit side to side. Maybe stretch the legs if that feels good. Sometimes we gotta do what our body is asking. Stretch that we still need it. And then we're going to release the toes and take the feet towards the ground. Cross your right leg in front of the left one. Take your arms away from the body. And take those knees towards the left and the gaze towards the right. Just to continue cooling down and stretching from the sides of the waist. This nice stretch on the right side of the torso. It's a nice twist. And then we're going to bring the feet back to center and we're crossing now the left leg on top of the right, dropping the knees towards the right, the gaze towards the left. Again, focusing in the left side of the torso, how it's stretching and also relaxing. We continue cooling down. Inhaling in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then bring the feet again towards the center. Another nice hug. Squeeze the knees into the chest. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then slowly we're going to place the feet on the ground. Take the arms by the sides of the body with the palms up. Going to extend one leg at a time forward. And then inhaling in through the nose really deep. Hold the air just for a moment on the lungs and then exhale through the mouth. And when you exhale, release and let go. One more time, inhaling in through the nose. Hold it for a moment and then exhale through the mouth. And then when you're resting, Feel your body as heavy, very heavy. As heavy as you can imagine. It's just so heavy. It's melting on the ground. You're focusing in the breathing, observing how the abdomen and the chest rise up when you inhale and how they descend when you exhale. And you feel really heavy. And then we're going to move the fingers and the toes. Maybe opening and closing the hands, squeezing the toes and releasing. And then bring your arms overhead, looking for that nice morning stretch from the fingers all the way to the toes. And then bending one leg at a time. We're going to roll to the side. Maybe pause for a moment. And then when you're ready, pressing with the top hand, coming up into seated position. Crossing the legs. And bringing your hands heart center. Inhaling in through the nose and out through the mouth one more time. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope that you liked the class and you were able to increase your balance and you feel great. If you like the class, please give me the thumbs up. And also remember to subscribe to my channel, because that really provides me a lot of support and helps me to continue to provide these classes in the YouTube channel. And I hope I see you next time. Thank you.